everybody! Who was here last year? Remember that? Remember that? Good times. Before I came out here, I sent out a tweet. Anybody here follow me on Twitter? True now, truth. Anyone here who has Twitter who doesn't follow me on Twitter? Okay, guys, now is the time. On Twitter I said, if you were following me, something along the lines of, we're gonna do like a speed round of questions from Twitter. Are you dapper? Yes. What are you doing? You know, stuff and junk. I sostianza insteme astana el corrizianza non esti morto non al mondo. No entiendo. Which actor who you really like to work with? First of all, you have a way with words. Second, Michael Rooker again. Elementary school teacher crush. I can't remember. She was a student teacher, and wow. What do you think about 7 times 6? Oh, I can never remember. Is it 42? Oh, that's season 7, episode 6. I don't think we filmed it. I think we're on 5 right now, so only the future knows. Do you think you have what it takes for an American and/or Canadian Ninja Warrior? No. See this little black, nobody died. This is tendonitis. Oh my God. That means everything hurts. Everything I do with my right hand, so. You know what I mean. Writing letters. Do you know that I love you? Yes. You have to give a shout out to my awesome friend, Sarah Joy, at your panel. It would make her day. No. No. That is weird. What does it mean? Oh, Marion. Oh, she doesn't even know what's going on right now. Enough of them. Let's talk about you guys. How you doing?
I'm good, Nathan. How are you?
I'm not bad at all. Why are we talking so high? I know. I imagine somebody here has a question.
Yeah, so we're actually going to do questions from either side.
Oh, so, there's a whole lineup over there.
Let's start over there, yeah, on both sides.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Hi. I was wondering if you could be a part of bringing any franchise to TV or movies and copyright licensing and all that wasn't a problem. What would it be, and is there a character you'd want to play?
What franchise?
Any type of franchise that from any time, like if you could bring it to the screen either for the first time or in a reboot, what would it be?
I've been saying for ages I would love to bring back Greatest American Hero. Yeah. The irony being I'm Canadian. Right? That one's loaded because you're all Canadian, right? And then I just read yesterday that somebody is bringing Greatest American Hero back to Fox. They're going to do a TV show. But don't worry, it's Fox. It won't last, and then I can do a movie. How about over here?
Hi Nathan, I was diagnosed with ALS 3 years ago, and I just wanted to thank you for doing the thank you for doing the ice bucket challenge to raise money and awareness.
You're very, very welcome. I did do the ice bucket challenge. I challenged, among other people, Tom Hiddleston. You're welcome. Who in turn challenged Benedict Cumberbatch. If you haven't seen Benedict Cumberbatch's Ice Bucket Challenge, you simply must. It is by far the most eloquent, excellent, informative, and brilliant, well-produced Ice Bucket Challenge I have ever seen. I read an interesting article that last year ALS Research managed to raise $22,000. In the last 3 months, in 3 months, and this is already old news, they were up to 50 million. So, awesome. I didn't donate 50 million. I did donate 50 million, I'm gonna tell you right there. And over here.
Hi. It says in the Family Guy game that in it you say, ask me about Firefly. So my question is, were the tight pants very, very tight?
That's an excellent question. I'm glad you asked. That's an excellent question. They were snug, but it wasn't like they weren't like squeezing me. But they were made of this canvas. They were made of canvas, like some kind of industrial work grade. Don't worry, buddy. Nothing will tear these canvas. So there was no give. There was no. Every movement was like kind of like swimming through concrete. So it wasn't so much the tightness as it was the stiffness. Maybe they should call them Captain Stiff Pants. Wasn't a lot of give. They weren't very forgiving. When we did the movie, we had green, kind of a greenish pants. Those felt like I was rich. Wow, I could bend my knees and everything. And sit down and stuff, and they won't split. That's what they always split. They're always splitting on me with pants.
You still have them, the pants or the
I never kept
gloves?
the pants. I never kept the pants. I have the gun. I got the gun, and I have a wood resin, like a plastic kind of a wood resin. Hi, Angel. It's weighted to be the same as the gun, so I could practice my quick draw. And I have a foam replica, so when we have to do stunts and stuff, you don't want to use the real gun. It's super heavy and super. Don't be alarmed, there's a cameraman on stage. So that no one gets knocked around with a heavy gun. It's heavy. They made this foam gun, and I have there's a trophy case. I purchased a house, and there's a trophy case in the house. I said, what the hell am I gonna do? Oh, I know exactly. Do this. So I have the guns all laid out in there, and if anybody kind of comes up and goes, oh, wow, I'll open it up and say, oh yeah. Right here, we have the original. Cost over $5,000 to make. And I hand it to them, and just as they reach, I drop it. And it's the foam one. And then I give them the real one. Works every time. Thank you. Yes, Nisha?
Hi, Nathan. I know you have a few lightsabers. So, if you could have a lightsaber fight with anybody, who would it be?
See, this safety bar right here, it's right at your eye level with me, so I can see you here and I can see you there. And then here you're Zorro. If I could have a lightsaber duel with anybody, okay, first of all, Ray Park is off the list. A lightsaber duel, someone you can beat. So someone with no reach. No, the ape index. You know what the ape index is? Is how long your arms are compared to your body. So, no ape index. I want someone who can barely touch their waist. Anybody will do. And also give them like the Yoda saber, like a little one. Yes?
Hi Nathan, I've come all the way from Australia, so I have some Tim Tams for you.
Tim Tam Slam!
Yeah, so I'd like to just run up and give them to you.
Thanks, hand them to this young lady with the knapsack right here by the speakers. Thank you for that. Tim Tams. Did you have a question as well?
So the question that I had was, now a bit of a spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the last episode of Castle, but what would your theory be on how Castle gets out of the crash?
Oh, I've never been asked. All right. My theory would be those guys in the SUV, for those of you who haven't seen, there's an SUV encroaching on Castle's lane without signaling. I know you guys in this crowd somewhere is someone who changes lanes without using the signal light. Dude, it's this. That's all you gotta do. What happened was they flagged him, pulled him over, and just asked for directions. And then a very similar car, right afterwards, had a terrible accident there. But it was empty, so don't worry. That's my theory. Hello.
Hi. I just want to say thank you again for coming to the con. I'm sure everyone here is excited to see you.
Thank you.
I also wanted to say when I went to Korea last year, I found out you also have a big fan base in Asia. So I got you like Asian souvenirs, so may I give it to the security guard to give it to you?
Yes, please, yes. What is an Asian souvenir?
Souvenir. A souvenir. And from Asia. From Korea.
Yes,
A souvenir.
what is an Asian souvenir? What does one souvenir from Asia?
It's actually just little trinkets like magnets and ornaments that are very traditional there. So it's
Oh, thank you very much. It's very nice.
Thank you for accepting the gift. So my question is, do you have a favorite female celebrity whom you would love to work with?
Yeah, I'm terrible at this game because I don't know anybody's name. But if I were watching TV, I'd like go, oh my God, she's lovely. I would love to work with her. Anybody who's wonderful at their job and talented and super. And I've been very fortunate. I've been so fortunate in my career. I've been able to work with very talented, very, very lovely, lovely people. Anybody, any of the ladies from Walking Dead? Am I right? I'm very picky about my entertainment, very. I need to be distracted. I need to have the curtain in front of me so I don't know what's going on. The writing has to be great, the acting has to be great, the choices, the production, everything has to be great. Otherwise I'm pulled out. And Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, and Drunk History. All of those things managed to do it for me. Even though in Drunk History, I can pretty much tell sometimes they're wearing wigs. You like it? Hello, Angel. Who are you dressed as?
If you don't recognize me,
I'm teasing.
I didn't bring you anything, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I just want to say my favorite line, and I think I say it on behalf of everyone, but I say, I love my captain. My question is, Joss has said that Firefly is about 7 people looking out into the black of space and seeing 7 different things. What do you think Mal sees?
Good question. Been a long time since I've had to think about something like that. Mal is kind of looking up into space and going, where can I go where no one's gonna bug me? That's his deal. I think he's a lot more, I think he's had a lot of deep stuff happen to him, and I think he's looking for less complicated, less deep, just, he wants things all up on the surface, nice and smooth and easy. Never gets that. Never really quite well for my good buddy Mal. I can say that because we're buds. I don't, is that good enough? Good, I'm glad. Whew.
What was it like voicing the character again for the online game, and has your perspective on him changed these years later?
Surprisingly easy. Sometimes you go do a voiceover for something you've done and you say, can you play back the last day that we did so I can hear what he sounds like? Malcolm Reynolds sounds just like me. Only cooler. But I think we imbue, I think, Malcolm Reynolds with how cool he is. I know I do. Anyway.
Hi. I have a question about Captain Hammer and any other plans to reprise him, or my second part is to work with Joss Whedon in the near future. You guys make a great team.
Right now, Joss is a little bit busy. Trying to remember what he's doing right now. Slipped my mind, but I know that Neil, Alicia, I guess? I know all of us would love to come back and do another one, absolutely. All of us would love to come and do another one. We had such a good time doing the first one, and it was so well received. Thank you guys very much for that. So we don't have anything solid on the books, but when we're together and we're talking about it, all of us are going, yeah, like, let's do it. Absolutely. We're all in already, so it's a given. It's just a matter of finding the time. I don't know if you know this, Neil Patrick Harris, very busy man. Keeps running around from job to job, so many jobs, I think because he gets fired a lot. That's what I concur. I draw that from, I've surmised long resume equals fired. At least that's my experience. Anyway, you're awesome. And getting fired. So yes, we're all in. We need to find a little space on the calendar that doesn't have all the the red through it. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hi. What was your favorite part that you did in Castle?
My favorite part of making
Castle.
Just Castle in general? My favorite part of making Castle. My favorite, we're on year 7 now. So I gotta pull out one favorite part from all the castles.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with, you always like working with your friends. And if you had a choice of doing a job or doing a job with your friends, you're gonna pick do a job with your friends. So, got a lot of wonderful friends on Castle. Add to that, Adam Baldwin. So I had my friend Adam Baldwin come and do an episode of Castle. He was gracious enough to come and join us, and he did a lovely job. And we got a lot done, but we horsed around a lot too, and it felt really good. It felt really good. He's very easy to work with. He makes work a joyous occasion. 7 years can grind you down a little bit. Sometimes it's, okay, let's just keep moving, but not when Adam's around. He's got that energy. He keeps it always kind of thrilling. And he can really bug people with his political views, and I have to say, hey man, come on. Not here. But he's a really wonderful guy, and he makes it a lot of fun. So I would pick the time I got to work with Adam Baldwin. Thank you.
Hey, I got basically, it's an option A, option B kind of thing. If you could do a buddy comedy cop movie, would your partner be Ryan or Esposito?
That's an excellent question. Before I answer that, I completely forgot. I brought something for you guys who are asking questions, and I forgot to give it to you. So what do we do now? First of all, does anyone have a Sharpie that I can borrow? And by borrow, I mean you will never see it again. I'll take it. You got one? Throw it up. Right here.
Nathan?
Perfect. question again? What was your question again? I'm gonna be honest, because we just met.
Okay.
I do not want to start this whole thing that could be magical on a lie. I was not paying attention. I looked down at this pile of stuff I brought and I went, oops. And everything was over my head.
Okay.
Okay, go.
If you could make a buddy cop movie, who would your partner be? Option A, Brian. Option B, Esposito.
Those are the only choices I have? Oh. That's a really hard question. That's like a flip a coin question, because there's so much comedy to be mined from each one. I would have to do 2 episodes. Do one buddy comedy with John and then one buddy comedy with Seamus. They are both incredibly funny, but for incredibly different reasons. Yeah. I brought this for you. Would you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good one. They're both very funny. Do you remember the episode of Castle where we had a camera crew following us, kind of documentary style? Okay, there was so much comedy to be mined from just the fact that there's a camera in your face. And every character took that in a different way. And John Huertas in particular was just on fire because he was just being so extra cool and smooth. And if the slightest thing happened to make him look not cool, he really reacted like, come on, dude! What the? He was so great about it. And then Seamus is an excellent straight man, and at the same time, he can do goofy while still being the straight man, which is a gift. It's like being Abbott with a hint of Costello. It's a tough game to play. I can hear my voice echoing back at me, and my dulcet tones are soothing me. Excellent question. Over here, I'm gonna put my back to you because I'm gonna sign some stuff right now, but keep talking, I swear I'm listening.
Are you sure? Hi Nathan, my name is Kay, and I love you.
Now I'm watching.
So throughout your career, you've played a range of unique characters. If you could create your own character, what would it be?
Create my own character of anything I want to do. It would be, I once read a comic book called Last Man Standing, and it was about a guy, I think he was an astronaut, it was a while back. He was an astronaut, went to space, they got frozen, like Buck Rogers style, came back, and there's no men left on the planet. I'd like to try that out for a minute. Let's see how that goes. I have one of these for you, lovely lady. Thank you so much. Now, we have to, some of the folks that came here and asked a question. Did you hear that? All right. I'm checking. These are scripts. These are my sides from work. Cool. I will give these to you if you promise not to put them on the internet. Until after the episodes air. How does that sound? Hashtag, I shouldn't be doing this. To the folks who already asked a question, I think we're comfortable with the honor system here, like you. I'm gonna put these right here, just the folks that already asked them, there's 3 there at least. No running. No running with scissors. Hang on, we got a couple more here. So some of those are the little sides, and some of these are, here you go, ladies, here you go. Some of these are my little business card. Have you guys heard about this? Y'all know? Who doesn't? Oh, my business card. Okay, really quickly. This is to certify you just met Nathan Fillion. How did you do? And then there's a checklist running from, great, he was impressed, and now calls you friend. All the way down to, there are charges pending. I believe we're on this side.
Yep.
Hello, I have two questions, if that's okay. My first one, I just want to know if you speak French, because I don't know if I should ask my question in English.
Je travaille aux bibliothèques. Avec la pomme de terre. So you can put that in your chapeau and smoke it.
I'm a school teacher, and my students love Percy Jackson, like you can imagine. And I was wondering if I could film you, send them a message as Hermes, kind of motivating them to read and continue with their with Percy Jackson obsession and reading this.
Of what I heard of that, I think the answer would be super boring, but let's do it anyway. All right, you start filming. Go, go, go. Start filming right now. I hope you're filming. Hello, class, students, school. I'm Hermes. And Hermes knows something about speed, and let me tell you, stay in school, because once it's done, you realize it was like that. Who's that? Who's over here? Hello.
Okay, so if there was a second season of Firefly and you could bring any villain from another sci-fi franchise into it to like be against like the Serenity team, who would it be?
Wait, a villain to compete with be like
against you guys. And
oh yeah. I'd say I would pit the Serenity crew against Benedict Cumberbatch's Khan. I mean, we all saw the movie. J.J. Abrams, thank you. When Khan is talking about who he is, and it kind of comes to light about, like, they kept that nice and dark. I didn't know what was going on until he started talking. I went, oh, he's Khan! I was very thrilled, and I really enjoy that guy's acting and his choices. Very succinct, very accurate man. Okay. First of all, I love your hat.
Thank you.
Oh, this is very cutty-eddy. Okay, tomorrow's my 35th birthday, so I was just wondering if you had any life advice or wisdom you could share for the second half of my 30s.
If you haven't touched it in 3 years, get rid of it. If you have a friend and all they do is borrow and they're always late and they never they don't give back, spring cleaning. I remember when I was turning 35, I was talking to my mom and I said, I don't know if I'm really at where I was wanting to be by 35. I had goals, and 35 was my year, and I thought, if by 35, this is where I want to be. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think I'm there yet. And she said to me, and I'll never forget this, Nathan, you're 34 today. You're the best, Mom. Okay.
Hi. I was just wondering, I'm trying to convince my mom to watch Firefly. If you had to try and convince someone to watch it, what would you say to them?
If I had to convince someone to watch I would take someone who has seen it, and in front of the person I was trying to convince, I would ask the other person, how upset are you that Firefly got canceled? And I love your glasses. I love your glasses. Yes, Angel.
Nathan, my question is about Castle. You guys have done a lot of great themed episodes, and there have been a lot of great props that have gone along with that. So my question is, if you could take any prop or any Castle from the set, what would it be and why?
If I could take a prop from Castle set? I know exactly what it is, actually. I've already kind of dibs on it. I want it really bad. I really like it. On the piano in the Castle loft is a beautiful photo they took when we first started filming the pilot in New York City of me with Susan Sullivan right behind me, kind of draped over my shoulders. It's a little black and white photo. It's really pretty. It's on a silver easel. Did you say watch your right hand or wash your right hand? That's what I would take. It's a photo of me and Susan Sullivan, and I'm going to take that and frame and all, because I'm going to put it on my piano when I get one. Gamora, good morning.
First, I absolutely adore you, Nathan.
Thank you for dressing up. That's a big deal.
And I absolutely adored your interpretation of Dogberry as well. And I've wondered if we, yeah, it's awesome, right guys? And I wondered if we ever got you on the stage, Shakespearean or not, what role would you like to play?
Good question. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'd like to do, because I already know all the songs. I was doing an episode of Desperate Housewives, and I was standing with Kyle MacLachlan. What a wonderful man. And we were just kind of chatting. He said something about, since the time I did Oklahoma. I said, you did Oklahoma? He said, yeah. I said, I did Oklahoma. I said, who'd you play? He said, Will Barker. I said, I got to Kansas City on a Friday. And then he and I started singing the whole song, but as a Will Parker duet. That was magic. Thank you. Yes?
Hi, thank you for being here, Nathan. I know you've heard that a lot, but...
I didn't hear a word of that.
So
thank you.
Thank you for being here, Nathan. I know you've heard that a lot, but I still mean it.
Oh, thank you.
I just have a question about Firefly. When you first heard that it was going to be sort of space cowboys, what were your original thoughts on that pairing?
You're doing a lovely job. Thank you. I remember reading, we had a treatment. We didn't even have a script for the pilot. It was just a treatment, which means this is how the script is going to go. It's a play-by-play. It almost reads like someone describing the show to you. And then he says something like this. It's kind of the bare bones of it. And I remember reading it thinking, wow, man, this guy's dark. He's so unhappy all the time. This will be easy. Because I've been unhappy once. It was a Wednesday. It's easy to be unhappy. And I thought just that he's just a super cool guy. Oh, I forgot to. Yeah. You have the next question over here.
Hi Nathan, hi Teddy. Nathan, I was wondering, given the outcome of the season finale of Castle, what are the chances that the next season might be renamed the Ryan and Esposito Hour featuring Beckett?
We've talked a lot on set about spin-offs and the like. Molly has her heart set on Castle Legacy. John Huertas and I once tweeted, this is a couple years ago, that in Latin America, Castle is called Esposito y Castillo. And we did this like a movie poster style thing where he's standing up like big and heroic, and I'm behind him like this. I'm scared of everything that on my face. Protect me, Esposito. I think there's a lot of very powerful, very wonderful characters on Castle. And I think it, as far as spin-offs go, it is ripe for the plucking. Right? Done. Hang on, let me get you something. Go ahead, please.
Hello from Newfoundland. My name is Ron.
You don't sound like a Newfie.
Oh, go away, bye. We love catching all the hints or nods to Firefly that show up in Castle. Are they your idea, or are the producers and writers big fans of the show too?
Good question. If it has props, costumes, lines, it's the writers being wonderful, doing nods and winks, and I appreciate it so much when they do that. If it's just me farting around, but they're very, very good about it. Yesterday? Day before yesterday, I had a scene where I had to say goodbye to like approximately 20 people and call out names. And I couldn't remember 20 names every time. So I just started yelling out names of people in our crew. And then my crew. Thank you, sir. Yes, over there.
Hello, Captain. I was just wondering how you would compare filming Firefly to Castle.
How you doing?
Okay. Got a great seat.
Just want to check in on you.
Good.
You're doing great.
Thanks a lot. It's a tough gig.
How would I compare filming Firefly or Trinity to Castle? First of all, in Castle, I ride far fewer horses. Oh, thank you, sir. Here's a story for you really quick. I did a little comedy show over the hiatus, The Kroll Show. Anybody heard of The Kroll Show? Good. Anybody heard of Degrassi Junior High? Thought so. I'm in the right country for that. The Kroll Show does a fantastic Degrassi parody called Wheels Ontario, where every kid in school is in a wheelchair, except the new kid. And Nick Kroll plays the new kid, and I hope he doesn't mind if I just spoil this right now. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spoil it, everybody. You ready? I play a Mountie. And the guy says to me, "Can you ride a horse?" I said, "Can I?" He said, "That's what I asked you." Yes, sir. Yes, I can ride a horse. So I get up on the horse, and he kind of look at me sideways, and I wonder if this guy's just full of it. And I ride the horse. It was an excellent horse, I'm gonna tell you that right now. And he goes, "Okay, good, you can ride a horse, I can see." I said, "Yeah, I used to do a show where I rode a horse all the time." And he said, "What show was that?" I said, "Firefly." He goes, "Hey, I remember you." I kept looking at him, he goes, "I had longer hair, and I'm maybe like 20 pounds a little heavier." And I said, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You brought Fred." Every episode of Firefly where I'm riding a horse, it's Fred. No matter what planet we're on, I'm riding the same horse. Little known fact. I said, how's Fred? He goes, oh, he's dead. Like he died like 2 months prior. Like he just died like a few months ago, dead. Right? And I was like, oh man, that makes me sad. He goes, don't be sad. That guy had a great life. He was a great horse, he loved to work, he worked all the time, and when he got a little older, we just kind of let him chill and relax. And if they ever needed like an old kind of sway back horse, we'd bring in Fred. He was too happy, he was just too happy to do it. And then he died. Thank you, good question. We're on this side now, yes? I love your shirt.
Thank you. First of all, I have to make sure I can get through this without crying. Last year, my boyfriend and I came, and I was in a wheelchair, and you got down and you took a picture with us. And I said to you, we fell in love watching Firefly. And you turned to my boyfriend and you said, is that true, man? It was classic. I was really sick, and since that time, my question to you is, will you come to our wedding? We took that picture you had taken we had taken with you at the photo op, and we took it with us at our wedding. And I'd like to give you our wedding invitation. And thank you for bringing us together. I met the love of my life through you.
That is so nice, and one of those cases where I really don't deserve the credit, but I'm going to take it. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
A hard act to follow. Sorry, now I need a minute, but so my question is, what would be your most, I guess, heartfelt moment in Firefly? Like, what episode or what scene do you kind of look at and think about that makes you kind of tear up a little bit, like I am right now?
Easy question. The episode was out of gas. The scene was the very end of the show. The second last scene we see is Malcolm Reynolds waking up in the infirmary with his crew around him. I'm choked up thinking about it. Because everybody was happy to be back together. And everybody was in a state of, we are here for you. And that's something Malcolm Reynolds really needed in his life. I always considered Malcolm Reynolds' crew to be facets of himself that he lost. His joy for life, his selfishness, his ability to love and commit to a woman. Everything that he couldn't bring to the surface anymore because he'd been so beaten down, he had in his crew, which is why he kept them so close, which is why they were so important to him. That scene, for me, when, I'm gonna get choked because I love it, when Malcolm Reynolds, and I look at it like it's a character, I don't look at it like it's me, but I look at it like it's a character. He's drifting off to sleep and then he wakes up and thinks, wait, is this almost like, is this a dream? Are you gonna be here when I wake up? That's the sound of a tear. Thank you. Captain?
Hello, Nathan.
Hello.
My question for you is, which role do you enjoy working on? Playing Malcolm Firefly or playing Castle in Castle?
What was the question? Just kidding. Easy question. I'm sorry. Castle's a great character. I absolutely love him. It's a lot of fun to do, and it's super duper easy. You cannot compare flying a spaceship, shooting a gun, riding a horse, shooting people, getting shot, laser guns, Reavers. It's hard to compare. Here you go, sir. Malcolm Reynolds never had, Firefly never had a chance to suck. It'll always be those contained little episodes that we all love and enjoy so much. So for me, I was able to live the dream. It was short-lived, but I lived the dream. It was nice, it was good. I liked it. And 10 years time, I may well feel very much the same about Castle, but right now I'm steeped in him. It's like he lives with me. Sir.
Hey Castle,
Hey buddy.
you're awesome. I can't believe I'm even talking with you right now. I'm shaking right now. I have two quick ones and a couple, two other questions. My first question is, how did you get cast to be Castle? Who invited you to be Castle? Or how, you know?
I was doing an episode of Desperate Housewives. I had a deal with ABC. They were going to find a job for me. And they had all these scripts. Castle was the last one I read for no reason. It was just on the bottom of the pile. And I really enjoyed it. I asked them to meet with me. And they were kind enough to come to my dressing room in a little trailer. There was 6 of us all kind of jammed in there. And one of them was the executive producer of Castle, one was the creator, one was our director, and also all executive producers, all the power players of Castle. But one fella, his name is Army. Super suave, good looking, kind of salt and pepper hair, and tall guy. Kind of looking at me kind of squinty eyed. I thought, this guy hates me. He's now like my best friend in the world and a mentor to me. He's an incredible man. He's a mentor. And he goes, when I asked him about that date, he said, no. I don't know how to get to know somebody in front of 6 people. I need one-on-one. And that was the first meeting. And I simply said to these guys, stop looking. Found him. I know exactly what to do. On Desperate Housewives, I was dressed kind of white bread, kind of collegiate, kind of tennis clothes, and I said, ignore this. I'm actually cool. And they bought it. Suckers. Here you go, sir. Maybe a little bit after. There's the autograph on the back of that card. I'm flattered. Oh, your mom? Oh, hello, nice to meet you. A little bit awkward, but okay. Yes?
Hi, I'm a designer at Abishak Clothiers. We make the official replica productions of Firefly clothing. My question is, would you like a coat for your trophy case?
Like a glove. What do you think of that? Huh? It's hot. Let me tell you right now, it's a little bit hot. I'm gonna wear this for one more question. Woo!
If you had to kick anyone off the crew of Serenity, who would you pick?
if I had to kick anyone off the crew of Serenity, who would I kick off? Okay, Jane came pretty close. Right? He was right there. Simon got kicked off. For a hot second, he was out. He and his sister too. Come on. Malcolm Reynolds is a softie. Who's he gonna kick off? Rob Simon. Robbie Simon. Oh my God, okay, I'm gonna take this off, not because I hate it, because it's really hot. So provocative. Here's your card, Angel, thank you. Go ahead on that side, go ahead.
Hi Nathan, my name's Victoria, it's nice to meet you.
The pleasure's mine.
Because working on set is so stressful, so hard, what was your favorite thing to do to goof off on set? Like, did you play any practical jokes on each other? What did you do?
Goofing off on set. Favorite thing. Our trailers were on, at our studio lot are right next to a soundstage, which is right next to another soundstage. Those are our sound stages. Sometimes we go all the way across the lot to the other side for their soundstage over there. We're in a 11 and 12, sometimes we use one. It's hot out in August, really hot. The longer you spend outside, the hotter it is. The longer it is, it's a walk. I bought a little electric scooter. And John Huertas was looking at my scooter going, I like that. So he got himself a scooter. And Seamus goes, well, I'm not gonna be the only guy without a scooter. So he got a scooter. And sometimes, when we go to lunch, quarter mile away, we take our scooters. And it's like we're a gang. But we're all making the noises with our mouths, like brum, brum, blah, 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 I once did an event with Steve Carell, wonderful man, introduced me, and he said, the first time I ever saw Nick Fillion was on the Raleigh studio lot, and he was driving by on an electric scooter. Anyone else on this thing would look like a complete moron. But Nathan managed to look only mildly idiotic. Go for it.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi.
If you had unlimited funding and carte blanche to write your own science fiction series, what would the premise be? And what would the characters be like?
The premise would be 7 people looking out into space. All of them seeing something different. Ooh, I love your helmet. That's the fellas who ran the death ray on the Death Star, right? Were they ever standing like going, man, I wish I had a rail here. Was that Family Guy or was that Robot Chicken? Family Guy, where they're standing right next to one of the beams, go right through the big channel, and they're going, man, I just keep asking them for a railing. I mean, it just seems like it's smart to have a railing here. Yes.
Thank you. Oh, hello. Okay. Nathan, I just.
Don't worry, my microphone.
Can I shout? Okay, number. Oh, now it decides to work. Okay, so I wrote this down so I don't mess it up. So, I just turned 17, and I'm in that ridiculous stage in my life where I had to grow up and get a job, go to university, to learn to drive a car, and stuff. It was really tedious, right? So I rely a lot on movies and books and TVs and stuff, so TV shows, not TVs, so I can like avoid responsibility and procrastinate. So I'm just wondering, when you were going through that stage yourself, was there something that you relied on, like a person or an album that that really helped you through or shaped who you are, or like, yeah.
Gilligan's Island. That's the point of thank you very much. That's the point of entertainment, is that we can escape for a moment. We can be entertained, we can be distracted, and I love it. I love it! Love it, I love it, I love it. Gilligan's Island, I grew up in Edmonton, Alberta. Having lived in the United States since 1997, oh my gosh, 1997, and I became a citizen, yeah, as far as I know. And I don't remember Celsius. I'm like, it's gonna be 88 today? I know what that means. When people start talking Celsius, I forget. I honestly do. Unless we're talking about anything under 0. And I remember all too well. I know exactly what minus 18 feels like. That means I can wear shorts. I know what minus 40 feels like. It means in 30 seconds, my face will break. So I watched Gilligan's Island and I thought, wow man, it's never snowing there. They always got sneakers on, it's all green, the plumage, the foliage, the flowers, coconuts. Man, they could build anything out of bamboo and coconuts, I guess, except a boat. Yes?
I have a question for you as well. It's two-parter, but what was it filming your last, I guess, yeah, like the series finale for Firefly, and then your last day of filming for Serenity?
Good question. We didn't know it was our series finale until the day before for Firefly. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Guess what, everybody? It's one of those. Thank you. Honestly thought these next, I think 3 days left after we found out we were canceled. We were filming The Message. Oh, I remember. We were filming The Message. We had 3 days left of filming when we got the news, and I thought, these next 3 days are going to be the worst. Here you go, darling. And I came to work the day, I guess, thank you, trying to be prepared for everybody being really down, everybody having a hard time. And I was completely wrong. Everybody was having so much fun on that show. It was as if we were determined to suck the last bit of fun out of it that we could while we could. Everybody pulled together in such an amazing way. They were already hardworking and amazing people, and they just worked harder and were more amazing for those last 3 days. I mean, if something has to get canceled, that's the way I want it to be canceled. And seen. Yes.
Hi, Nathan.
First of all, I like your shirt.
I got a really serious question. What is the hammer?
I think I know what you're talking about. And it's one of those things where, so funny in context, less funny when you scream it to me from across the street. Or from the next table at a restaurant when I'm on a date. That line, which is infamous and legendary at the same time, I thought, this is the best line ever. And then I started to realize what it meant to have that line and have people yelling it to you all the time. I thought it might have been a bit of a curse, but it's rare that it's a curse. It's actually been a real blessing. I saw some kind of internet meme or meme? Yeah, but here in Canada, the French, what do we say? C'est la même. I feel terrible for this little lady. Okay. She's all right. How hard are you pinching? I mean, who asked that? You just asked that. I just gave you the thing, right? You got it. Okay, good. Yeah, there was some sort of internet meme with Thor's hammer, somebody else's hammer. Can't remember the third guy. Oh, the third guy was me. He's like, ask me about my hammer. Yes.
Hi. First of all, hi, Captain. And can
First of all, I love your outfit. Thank you for dressing up.
Thank you. Can you say a quick hi to my mom and sister and tell me a funny story from Firefly?
Hi to your mom and sister. One time on Firefly. Adam Baldwin thought I played some practical joke on him. So he took gummy worms and he sprinkled them across my wiper blades. In August. Dude, why did you do that? Oh, well, didn't you do the thing to me? No. Oh. Here you go, Angel. I love your outfit. Over here.
Hi.
How much time do we have left? How are we doing? This is it. Last question, everybody. Now pretend it's cool. Last question, everybody. I love you guys.
Okay, first off, this girl is an amazing person because she just gave me the last question.
Wow.
Good question. So yeah, big shout out to her. You've worked on a lot of different shows with very different settings. If you could actually live on one of the settings of one of your shows, which show would you choose?
If I could live on the set of any of my characters' places.
The setting, not the actual set, because that wouldn't really support them very well.
So like, if, for example, if it was Castle's apartment, but it was actually in New York.
Yeah, like if it's actually
that would be
real.
it then. Because that doesn't happen. People really don't have that kind of stuff going on in New York. The vast majority of us. I lived in New York for 3 years. I lived in a cave at the bottom of a hill, in a basement, in a hole. Oh, you want light? That's extra. I literally went to a guy's apartment. It was this huge apartment. I said, oh my God, you've got so much space. This must be so prohibitively expensive. He said, no, it's actually pretty cheap. What? You got this, how cheap? What? How could you? He said, take a good look around. What do you see? I'm like, big apartment. He goes, what don't you see? I don't know. He said, windows. One window, frosted, not big enough that you could escape in a fire, in the bathroom. When you opened it, it was to a tunnel to the top of the building. It was like everybody had the same bathroom window. You kind of looking out at everybody, hey, how's your poop? So I would say I would live in Castle's apartment in New York City on Broome Street because that's really lovely real estate. Or else I guess Captain Malcolm Reynolds because he could fly wherever he wanted to go with his apartment, right? Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been, thank you for this so much. Can't believe I have one. I'll see you guys out there.